Here you can see the screen held in place by 12 clips. Okay, so let's get started with this process. We're going to find the approximate middle of the screen, which I'll say is about right here. Have a little bit of excess at the end. I've got to make sure this is all the way up to here. It's got to be all the way up at the top. And then you push the bottom edge in. And then you roll it. And then you keep holding it up as you roll it. Stretch the spline slightly and hold it up so it comes out nice and square. As you approach the end, simply remove the clips, pull it tight again, and finish the run. Now that half is now finished. So once again, we stretch the spline and we hold the screen up in the proper position. We roll the spline in, bottom edge first. You can also pull horizontally on the screen a little bit too to make sure the screen's snug. And remove these clips right at the end. Pull it tight and roll in the last little bit. So now we have a straight screen, no pucker in the top spline. Now we got the top spline in, we need to re-stretch the bottom clips, make sure everything's still snug. You pull it tight in both dimensions, both the left and down, put the clips back in. Same way at the other side. Pull it to the right and down both at the same time. Get all the wrinkles out. Put the clip back in. And we'll put one clip here in the middle, just to make sure it's snug. So there we have it. We have the new clip positions. We're ready to do the end splines at this time. Now we'll do the top half of the left side. We're going to take the spline, cut it to approximate length. Here. We'll start in the middle once again. So we'll say this is the middle right here. We'll pull this a little bit snug, not real tight because then it fights you, but just a little bit snug. We'll start the roller. Now, just like the top, we stretch the spline, we pull the screen, we push it up. Stretch the spline, pull the screen, push it up. Stretch the spline, pull the screen, push it up. All the way to the top. And that's the top half of this side. Now we'll do the bottom half of this side. Pull it out, stretch the spine, pull it out, roll it down. Now this side is done. Once again, we'll measure the spline length approximately. Put that on. Once again, we'll come over here towards the middle. We'll call this the middle right here, inside edge. We'll pull the screen snug. Push the inside edge in. Go down a little bit first, it's easier to go down. Inside edge first. Continue up like before. Inside edge first. Hold the screen snug. Roll it in. Hold the screen snug, inside edge first. I'm also pulling the spline up before I pull the screen out. Keeps everything nice and snug. Once you get the top, it doesn't much matter anymore. Just roll it in. Inside edge first. Now we've done the top half, you notice the screen is nice and taut all the way across. Do the bottom half, same process. Stretch the screen, stretch the spline, roll it down. Stretch the spline, stretch the screen, roll it down. Stretch the spline, stretch the screen, roll it down. Stretch the spline, stretch the screen, roll it down. Notice it's giving me a little pucker here, so I'm going to back up. This didn't work too well. I'm going to wrap the screen around for a moment. Put this back on track. You got to keep your screen on track at all times. You don't want any bump right there. That's bad. When you get to the bottom, you don't have to worry so much about the spine. You just worry about keeping the screen snug. Notice now these clips are fighting me. Take these clips out. That's the other side. So take the bottom spline and remove all the clips. Leave the middle one. We'll start in the middle. Once again, we'll start about here. Notice a lot harder here because the screen's tight. And so now we've got it started. Hold the spline, hold the screen, push it along. Hold the spline, hold the screen. Hold the spline. Don't have to hold the screen much anymore because we're almost finished. I did the bottom half. Hold the spline and hold the screen down at the same time. It's a little harder when you got all this excess. It can still be done. That's how the inside edge goes in first. Make it really nice and easy. Keep tucking and rolling. Try that again for a while. Crossed hand seems to work better in this situation. Pull the screen, pull the spline, tighten it up. pull the screen, pull the spline, roll it in, pull the screen, pull the spline, roll it in, pull the screen, pull the spline, roll it in. Last but not least, roll in the last section while you're holding the screen. So now the bottom's rolled in. The screen is nice and tight, there's no bobbles in it. Now it's time to cut off the ends. I found scissors work best for cutting off the ends. Come down here approximately where the end is. Cut it with the scissors and roll in the excess. That has a nice fit in that corner. Same way with this one. Pull the scissors while you cut, they cut better. You have to take your knife, change the block. Cut diagonal from that point right there. Now we're ready to trim the rest of the screen. Looks like it showed in the inside view. I can't do it that way, I gotta do this way to do it. Blade away to do this little corner right here because you can't get into it really tight. Once again, the scissors to cut this length. Pulling the scissors if they cut better. So before you push in the actual corner, what you should do is grab the screen outside of the slot, on the outside of the slot, because you need that slot to work for you. Cut that back. It'll make it much easier to cut that screen corner later. You can use a knife. I found it's harder to use a knife. We'll use a knife this time. You roll this the rest of the way in. Now we're ready to cut the screen. Up here, leave that part up there hanging so it can hang on that way. Cut the rest of it. Makes everything simple. And you cut off all that excess. Same way at the top. Start a little bit from the end. Run down the length for a while. Then come back to it. It's easier to do it this way. Come back to it and finish this corner. The corners are always a pain in the butt. They're hard to get perfect, but you can get them perfect if you work at it. Get the screen out of here. There's the corner. Notice this gap right here. What happened is when I rolled that spline, it moved a little bit, compressed and stretched a little bit. So I always put a spacer in there to fill the gap. This piece is about perfect. Push it in there, and that will make sure that you retain your holding power all the way to the corner. That's how you deal with cutting off the screen. And here we have the final large screen panel fully installed. So it's not that difficult. You just have to use these little tips and tricks I've shown you during this video. So good luck with your porch screen installation.